Despite our best efforts, we all judge others. It might be over small things like a coworker who took too long of a lunch break, or it might be over bigger issues such as a person who behaves selfishly or hurts our feelings. We all like the belief that we are not judgmental people. When someone tells you you are a judgmental person or acting judgmental, it hurts. It's a value to not judge others. We have all heard quotes like, "Don't judge a man until you have walked a mile in his shoes," and Plato's famous quote about being kind because everyone is fighting a difficult battle. And we know intuitively that this is the right thing to do, as it goes along the lines of the golden rule: treat others the way you want to be treated, or don't do things to people that you wouldn't want done to yourself. Nobody likes to be judged, yet we all constantly judge other people. There are two theories in psychology that explain the phenomena of judging. The first one is attribution theory. For example, if someone cuts us off while driving, our first thought might be, "What a jerk," instead of considering the possibility that the driver is rushing someone to the airport. On the flip side, when we cut someone off in traffic, we tend to convince ourselves that we had to do so. We focus on situational factors like being late to a meeting and ignore what our behavior might say about our own character. The second one is projection, seeing our darkness in others. Ever heard the saying, "We can only see in others what we have inside ourselves"? When we judge someone for something, we are actually judging ourselves as the very same thing. We just haven't fully owned or accepted that trait yet within us. It's in our nature to judge other people. We do it automatically. It's a survival mechanism and a way for us to understand our world. We cannot function in the world without making judgments. This is good, this is bad, this I want, this I don't want. A person would be immobilized if they were unable to make any judgments. So, if judging is a natural component of life as people, why are we so sensitive to it when others judge us? Why don't we just accept it for what it is, that people are judging us in order to fit us into their mental model, as we are judging them to fit into ours? Let's just have a mutual understanding that we are both going to judge each other, and we will leave it at that. If we were purely transactional and non-emotional, that sort of thinking may work, but we are sensitive to the feelings of others because we are social and we need strong relationships in order to survive. So if someone thinks poorly of us, then we feel threatened at our core. Books are judged by their covers is not even a discussion. A book's cover is the first thing a potential reader sees, and it can make a lasting impression. Our brains are wired to process images faster than words. Why? Because it's a sign. Bad covers signal poor quality. No, it's not fair, but we don't have time to read through the whole book, so we use heuristics to quickly gauge whether or not something is worth our while. If the cover doesn't resonate with us, then we are no longer interested. So too with personality traits. A bad outer character trait signals to us that the inside of the person probably isn't anything special. If you see someone on the street, you make a snap judgment about them. We all know that first impressions are key and that it happens within a tenth of a second. So while it can be embarrassing and uncomfortable to make a bad first impression, we don't really care so much because these people don't mean much to us. Prior to the meeting, they didn't even exist to us. And after we leave, we may never see them again. But what about when your friend judges you? Your friend thinks you're lazy, dishonest, cheap. Pick your favorite negative character trait and you get upset. This is different because you already know this person. The first impression was made years ago. This is someone you respect, someone you like. So why do we hate being judged by those closest to us? Beyond needing to be liked and accepted socially, when another person whom we respect judges us and we get upset about it, it's because we think it's true on some level. This judgment reveals the negative self-image we carry of ourselves and brings it to the surface. We actually believe that this negative trait exposes our negative inside, that the cover represents the book. If someone calls you lazy and you were clearly not lazy, you would laugh at the thought. Better yet, if anyone came up to you and said you are a Martian and they fully believed it to be true, you would think they were being insane. It would be like speaking with a 5-year-old. So when someone says something to you that's hurtful, the pain is the result of the way you feel about yourself. We hate being judged by others because it exposes us to ourselves. And this is something we all need to work on.